that we hope and pray for, but at the end of the day, it's not a decision.
So what was missing? What was anything missing? Like you normally found it. This team has been a resilient, take a punch, give a punch type team. What do you think is missing tonight?
I think just simple execution. I think at the end of the day, we have one too many stallouts. I think we had one too many mistakes, and sometimes that catches up to you.
When we talk about mistakes, how many of those are, like you said, execution on your end, and how many of those are forced by what Alabama's doing? If that makes sense. Like, how did that break down?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think they definitely had some things schemed up. There were a couple plays that kind of knew what was coming. As far as just, I think they kind of called it out. At the end of the day, I think there were a lot of times where they didn't know what was going on, and we just messed it up, plain and simple. It's football. Sometimes you watch film and you can figure some things out. Sometimes they don't know. And, we found a way to kind of mess it up a little bit. So I think it's just wins and losses, and I think we had a little too many losses there.
Is the toughest part about this loss the fact that you guys no longer control your own destiny?
I mean, maybe. But at the end of the day, it wasn't about that for us. My biggest thing was we wanted to be SEC champions. We wanted the honor to be able to represent this great conference, and that was the biggest thing. Was just being named SEC champions would have been a huge honor for us.
The fumble there in the third or the fourth quarter, but from your perspective, kind of what went wrong there?
I don't know. I had nothing to do with it. I have no idea. I mean, I'm sure it was a mistake somewhere. Doesn't matter who. Doesn't need to be fingers pointed. At the end of the day, we didn't execute as a team. So,
Sedrick, you guys. How does the Marius affect you guys? You think?
I can't hear you.
How does the loss of Marius affect you guys? You think?
I mean, I would say little, just for the simple fact of I think that some guys have stepped up all year. It's definitely not a good excuse to start using at this time.
People always say that you learn kind of during the hardest times. And for instance, this is the first loss in 29 games. So what do you think you learned about this team?
That's a great question. I think the biggest thing you can learn is just, let me say this. I think it'll be a culture builder. I think it'll be a culture builder for some of those younger guys. I think that some of the older guys have experienced things like this, and it's just something that has come not often, but it's something that we've experienced. I think the biggest thing is that the younger guys have to learn from this. They have to feel this. They have to embrace this and just continue to work and grow from it.
Do you believe that you're still one of the best 4 teams that should be the college football playoff?
I believe we're a great team. Ultimately, that's not up for us to decide. The committee has a tough job to do, and we're going to let them do it. We had an opportunity to make our case on the field. We didn't do enough. So.
You're going to be going to the TV